Bldg 661 essentially is our outward face, the hub's complete outward face to not only the public, but also to the practitioners. It's how we show integrated design, how we show advanced energy retrofit technology. It's really our face to the public.
Bldg 661 has been an important project and will be an important project, both with what's going to be delivered as well as how we've gotten there, because I think it's a really great opportunity to illustrate what can happen when teams work together and have the freedom to work in really collaborative spaces.
Bldg 661 will serve as a demonstration of what is possible when you try a more integrated approach, try different technologies, use different equipment and materials in a different way to produce a better outcome.
There are numerous considerations involved with Bldg 661 project, but the one that stands out to me is the way that we formed an integrated project delivery and integrated team. I think all the team members knew the why, creating advanced energy retrofit and delivering a high-performing building. But what we as a construction firm have to offer is the how, and being able to answer those questions for future projects going forward is very important.
How can we work together and optimize the efficiency of everybody's experience in order to make sure that we're optimizing those systems?
Because the project focuses on Philadelphia and the 10-county region, we tried to find designers, consultants that were in the Philadelphia region. We also wanted to work with, I think, consultants that we had worked with before, so we understood their collaborative nature and they understood the values that we typically bring to a project.
So we knew we needed a team that both had the skill set and the correct set of expectations about what that meant for a process and a working method.
Project values are the touchstone, what you go back to each time when you have to make a decision. So in creating the project values, we brought together the essential team players from Penn State, from the EEB hub, from the architect engineering community, everyone we could gather at the time, as well as a lot of the researchers, and began to develop this series of values and then ultimately prioritize them.
I like to think of the values as providing the project a voice, because when you're sitting around a table and you're making decisions, often you've got a design perspective and a constructability perspective and a financial and owner operation perspective, and it really enables us to go through the process of making decisions with that list as being the drivers of what we decide.
We're great advocates of the pool planning process on the EEB Hub 661 building because we knew that being able to break down both the design and construction project into manageable chunks versus the traditional push or CPM method, it brings everybody together, collective vision for the immediate tasks going forward with, in the back of our minds, always the end goal and vision.
Never have I been involved in a scheduling process like this that I so quickly got an understanding of the other trade scope of work and understanding what are the potential challenges for the other contractors, how they might be able to work together to make the project go smoother for all project participants to create that sense of flow.
In a typical project, design, bid, build, or CM at risk, often the designers are putting together their design, hoping it will meet the budget. And what invariably happens when you get to an end of a phase, typically you're over budget and you go through an exercise of value engineering.
On a continuous budgeting process, we prevent that from happening. The construction manager can give constant feedback, kind of looking over the shoulder of the design firm and guide them to keep them within the budget. And by preventing mistakes, you save time and you save a lot of money.
Building information modeling tools are critical to an integrated process. The whole goal is to share information in a seamless manner so that everyone on the team, be it the architect, the owner, or the builder, are looking at the same set of information.
So when we're passing information back and forth to our consultants, we're not giving them the floor plan, we're giving them the whole model. So it really kind of shifts the way in which we as a design team work. That potential is really great. We're truly building a simulation of the building rather than a collection of partial and incomplete abstract representations.
So we used BIM in our early cost estimating efforts as well, because that information became available so that we could really understand the budget.
We extracted outputs from our building information models to validate and trend parts of the building over time. We could see where in 1 week costs were high, and then in a few weeks later costs would come back down to neutral. And that helped us make decisions throughout the process.
One of the key challenges of the Separation Act when you're doing an integrated process is the limitation that the contractors who are performing the work cannot be involved in the design, and they have to wait and be procured after the design is complete. And what you miss out on in that model is having the expertise of the trade contractors involved in the design.
So what we've done is we had some design assist in the initial phases from contractors who were not going to bid on the job. And then we've worked closely with the contractors who were awarded to create as collaborative an atmosphere as possible in the context of the Separations Act.
The Icon Lab was used a variety of different ways throughout the design process and will be continued to be used throughout the construction process. We're actually going to be creating a smaller collaboration complex within the construction trailer complex because of the value that comes from, again, that visualization space and bringing teams in to see how the model, the design, and possible challenges or opportunities to maximize the design during that visualization process.
It's a set of hardware, but more importantly, it's a set of hardware embedded in a process methodology for integrated design and delivery.
So we could present things in 3D, we could do animations, we could have plans. The full range of graphic tools that we developed for this project could then be presented in a seamless way to the client group.
It was hugely helpful for people to give feedback and to understand, and as well as to feel like they were a part of the design process. Because of the immersive nature, you really connect with exactly what's going on, and it gets everybody excited about the project.